Hey all, it's Alma with the Cat's Pajamas, and I'm here to bring you 2 ornament ideas that you can make with kids using products from the Dollartree, Micheals, and the Cat's Pajamas. We'll be making this cute little gnome house, but first up, I'll show you how to make this darling pail of snowballs created from Digistamps from the Cat's Pajamas and converted to cutting files. So let's get started. For the snow in both these projects, I'm using this lightweight spackle that I picked up at the dollar store. Previously, I've used a different snow-like product, but I found I get so much more spackle for so much cheaper. So spackle it is. I picked this cute metal bucket up in a 3-pack from the Dollar Tree, and it's the perfect size for an ornament. You can choose to personalize your bucket with a vinyl sticker cut using your electronic cutting machine, just like I've done here. You can do that now or after you fill the interior of the bucket. I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Take your bucket and a piece of floral foam and press the lip of the bucket into the foam so that you know how big to cut the foam. Take a serrated knife and start cutting away the excess parts of the styrofoam, angling it in toward the center to accommodate the slanted sides of the bucket. And you really only need about a 1/2 inch deep foam. Keep trimming until your foam fits snugly into the bucket. Now for the spackle. You can use a popsicle stick or a palette knife to apply the spackle to the inside of the bucket. I'm using a palette knife. You can see how much the spackle looks like snow. Now it's just a matter of scooping the spackle into the bucket, filling it to the top or almost to the top, covering the foam. Then add some spackle to the outside rim of the bucket so that it looks like the snow is overflowing the bucket. If you want to make the snow a little sturdier, cover the rim of the bucket with spackle so that the inside is attached to the outside drips and you don't see the rim. For a little extra sparkle, I'm adding big flakes of glitter to the spackle and pressing the glitter in gently. Now for the snowballs. I found these snowballs in a pack with 3 different sizes at the dollar store. But if you can't find these, you can use white pom-poms instead. I start with the larger balls, pressing them into the spackle while it's still wet. Press them in really well, breaking the surface of the top that's covered in glitter to get to the sticky spackle below. Once I've formed the interior base of the balls with the larger styrofoam balls, I'll start adding the medium or small ones if the mediums don't fit. This looks pretty good. Now to add more dimension to the pile, I'm going to use my low temp glue gun to add smaller balls to fill in any weird spaces. You don't need many, just make sure that the bucket handle is still able to go over the balls. If you haven't added your permanent vinyl sticker to the side of the bucket, now is the time to do it. I've used Digistamps and created cutting files for my ornaments and used my electronic cutting machine to cut the vinyl. It's a great way to get even more usage out of your Digistamps. If you want to know how, I'll leave the links showing how to do it in the description box. Once you have your vinyl cut, this one's from the Nutcracker Digistamp set, and transfer it onto a transfer sheet, place it on the bucket and burnish it well. Then carefully peel back the transfer. This is the hardest part for me. This is the first time I've actually created vinyl stickers, so there is a learning curve to how much pressure you need to put on these stickers to get a good release. It's so cute. Now all I have to do is add a ribbon and the ornament is done. Couldn't be more simple. This next ornament only looks hard to make. It would be a perfect one to make with the kiddos on a snowy afternoon. because who doesn't love to paint and play with goop? The house and the gnomes are from Micheals, and the rest of the goodies are from the Dollartree. The Noel sticker was created from the Cat's Pajamas Nutcracker Digistamp set, and the December 25th sticker was created from the Vintage Christmas Digistamp set. The little gnome house started as a bird house from Micheals. I used pliers to twist and remove the perch. I filled the hole that was left with spackle and let it dry. Then I painted it using red, black, and white chalk paint. Unfortunately, my camera wasn't agreeable, so I wasn't able to get footage of the prep work. But here's what it looked like after I was done painting. The red needed 2 coats of paint, and you can see I wasn't very careful with my paint job. I mean, come on, it's a gnome house. To give it a little more character, I'm adding a little brown paint to a brush and removing most of the paint on the towel before I swipe it lightly on the white parts of the house and fence. It's still a little too wet. See how dark it is? I'm concentrating mostly on the edges to give it that distressed look. Now I'm going to do the same with white chalk paint and apply it to the red. I found these cute wooden stickers at the Dollar Tree, and I think the snowflakes would be really cute to cover up the heart in the house. So I'll dry brush more white paint on them so they'll look more consistent with the gnome house. These little chalkboard signs also came from the Dollar Tree, and I think they would make the perfect sign for this house. I've cut more stickers on my cutting machine from Digistamps and I'll apply them here. I think it'd be really cute to put your last name on this sign too. Now it's time to pull out the spackle and bring this house into winter. It takes a little while to do this, so I'll speed up the process a bit. Now I'll sprinkle on more glitter. If you want, you can gently press the glitter into the spackle to get it to adhere more. For the snowflake, I'm adding a little hot glue to the back on a couple of the arms and fitting it over the heart and pressing. And now I'm going to add the gnome. I found him in a tube full of gnomes at Micheals. He's so cute playing his little accordion. I'll just use more hot glue on the bottom of his feet and attach him in the front yard of the house. He fits perfectly in it. Now I'm going to add this tiny bottle brush that I found in a pack at the Dollar Tree. And I'll do that with a little more hot glue. And now the sign. You can cut it down if you wish. I did that on a second gnome house that I did. But for this little gnome, I like the length. And I'll secure it with some hot glue. He's so cute. I'll just add a little bit of ribbon at the bottom of the loop, and once he's dry, he goes on the tree. I just love making ornaments for my tree and using Digistamps that I made into cutting files. It's an easy way to personalize my ornaments. I hope you give it a try. Have a great day.